Hey guys, Mr. Senior, we're going to get started with today's lesson. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for you. So today we're going to focus on solving equations using the distributive property. Some of us have done this before, but some of us haven't. So we're just going to go through and make sure you guys are all exposed to this. So we know the distributive property is when we multiply that term to everything on the inside of the parentheses. So we have our example over here. If it's just a minus, we kind of put a 1 out front because all it's going to do is change the sign. If we multiply by 1, it doesn't change the value of the number. It'll just change the sign there. So the -1 will be makes it -2x and then plus 3. On this one right here, we'll see that 3 goes to 2x, 3 multiplies to the 5 as well, and then we have to go and solve for x from there. So this is kind of like a beginning step before we can go solve for x. This is something we want to do first. All right, so over here, we're going to just multiply. We're not multiplying to the other side of the equal sign. So guys, remember, I build the wall. The reason why is I can't do things to both sides of the equal sign. So I got to do one thing at a time, and then I have to do something to move it over. So in this case, I'm going to multiply first. We end up getting 12x plus 18 is equal to 42. Nothing happens on that 42. That 42 is not multiplied by 3. So now I can go solve for x. Subtract 18, subtract 18. 12x is equal to 24. Divide by 12, divide by 12. X is equal to 2. Okay, so go ahead and pause your video. You're going to do the one on the right. All right, one on the right. Distribute, we need to multiply. Multiply, we're not multiplying to the 36, only to the numbers right there in the parentheses. So we end up getting 10x plus 6 is equal to 36. Subtract 6, subtract 6. 10x is equal to 30. Divide by 10, divide by 10. X is equal to 3. So you should have x is equal to 3. Moving on to our next one. So build the wall, we know we're not going to multiply across. So now we have -9. -9 times 8 is -72. -9 times -2x becomes positive 18x is equal to -36. Remember, negative times a negative is a positive. That's how we got the positive 18x. Now I'm going to go make sure my variable term is the only thing on that side of the equal sign by adding 72. So let me undo that. Adding 72, do it to both sides. 18x is equal to, we have -36 plus 72. This is something you can plug into your calculator. So -36 plus 72. I encourage you guys to use your calculator. That way your calculations are correct, because a lot of you will make mistakes if you're not using your calculator, just trying to do it in your head. I know I do that, so that's why I encourage your calculator. So once we divide by 18, we're going to get x is equal to 2. So go ahead and pause your video, do the one on the right. So one on the right, we're going to build our wall. Then what you should do here, multiply, you're going to distribute first. -15 plus 21x is equal to -78. We're going to add 15, add 15. 21x is equal to -63, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, -63. Notice I plug that into my calculator just to make sure. Divide by 21, divide by 21. And we get x is equal to -3, because that negative divided by a positive is still a negative. All right, so moving on. Still going to build our wall. Distribute, distribute. Negative times the negative is a positive 12x minus 24 is equal to 0. Just because it's equal to 0 does not mean we cannot solve this. Okay, it just means there's 0 on that side of the equal sign. When we move this 24 by doing the opposite, we still do it to both sides. 12x is now equal to 0 plus 24, which is 24. And divide by 12, divide by 12, x is equal to 2. So go ahead and pause your video, do the one on the right. One on the right, distribute, distribute. 8x minus 24 equals 0. 8x is going to be equal to 24 once I add 24 to both sides. Divide by 8, divide by 8, x is equal to 3. All right, so this is all we have. I know some of you have done this already, but this is going to be something that you also see in 8th grade. You'll get into distributing and combining, distributing with variables on both sides, which we did yesterday. So this is just kind of an introduction and something to prepare you a little bit. If you get stuck, if you need help, join my tutorial time and I'll help you. That way you can do your independent practice.